So here we go again. For this activity, I will just do some new project and I will do or describe to you and illustrate to you how to use combo boxes. Okay, so the same as what we have done before, just create a new file, a new project through BCL Forms application. So you should have a new form. So I do not have to save this project, but I will go directly to using combo boxes. So you might have seen combo boxes very familiar in the Windows environment. You can see this pretty much a lot. So if you notice that one, you have combo boxes. So in here we have a lot of choices that we can add. So if I run this one, you notice this is a drop down. So we normally call that combo boxes. So what I will do is I'm going to add some values inside the combo box. So let's say for example the value of this combo box is a male or a female. So normally there should be already a set values or a set of lists inside this box. So in order for us not to modify the contents inside, so there's an option called the property called style in here. This one, you choose here drop down list. In that way, only the list that is provided in the combo box will be used and no modifications that's going to be made. And then under this property, again as a practice, always change your name of the combo box, of this object, considering that this object will be used several times. So let's just say CMB gender. So that would be the good descriptive name. And then here is the place you have to remember, the properties rather that you have to remember all the time. The first one is item index. The item index, as you can see, is set to -1. What is this property for? This property is actually intended on the selected value that you have chosen in the combo box. If it is -1, then there is no selection being made in any of the choices inside the combo box. Now, if it is going to be set with 0, then there is going to be a change or a selection made. So we cannot illustrate that right now because there are no contents or values inside the combo box. So let me go directly to the values inside. So where do we place the values inside the combo box? The property for that rather is items. So you see here the items. Just click in the right side, this small button, and then you can list down here the choices that you want to have selected. So since we are only talking about gender, we only have male and female as an option. Click OK for that one. So right now we now have two values. So let me just run that one. So male, female. Now it is important that once you have selected a value, you will also know what or which of the values has been selected. So we are going to use now the property called the item index. Now this is one of the determinants of which value has been selected inside the combo box. So as you can see right now, we have a -1 value for item index. That would be no selection. If I change this to 0, as you notice here, the male change. The values change to male. If I select 1, then that would be another value as well. So always take note of that one. This is your indicator. So right now let's try to add a button, and in this case we are going to get the value that was selected inside, okay, inside the combo box. So what I will do right now is just name this button, and then I will going to use this button to identify or get the value of the combo box. So when I click this one, it will display the value inside the combo box. So CMB gender dot text. So normally what has been selected, that would be also the message that you can actually get. See, It's very easy. All right. So if you have any questions, just comment below. See you then. Okay, so you have already seen how to get the value of a selected value in a text box. So right now we are going to implement a simple if statement within a command button in relation to the value selected in a combo box. So let me just add a new button here. So let's say just name this one button index. Okay, and then let's just do okay. So when I click this one, it will display what is the current index selected within the combo box. So when I do that one, I can do the show message. So if you notice, the index in the combo box is actually an integer value because it starts with -1, 0, and then 1. So we have to deal with an integer. Now since we want to display it directly in a message box, we have to convert it into int to str cmb gender dot item index. So in that way we will know that the value selected is actually the correct one. So 0 because it's male. Remember, it starts with a -1. When I click this one, okay. Alright, now what else can we do? What if we want to check if the value selected is actually a male or a female? So how do you do that one? So this time we want to check the value if the selected combo box is actually what do you call this? Selected value, or let's implement an if in relation to combo box. Okay. So let's see, for example, or what we can do is during selection rather. Okay, there's a property in the combo box wherein in this event property, on click it will also prompt or display a message that you have selected a female or you have selected a male. Okay, so let's try to see, for example, if cmb gender that selected item index equals 0, then show message you have selected a male. Else if one, then you have selected a female. Else you can say please specify gender. Let's see if this will work. You have selected a male, you have selected a female. So if you notice that one, that the event on click is triggered when you select a particular value. Okay, so right now if you notice, there's only 2 selections that can be made, so you don't have much of a choice, but there are actually 2 or more than 1 option for the style. So as you can see here, you have a drop down, simple, so you can actually experiment on any of these styles. Just to show you drop down here, you can actually make some changes or add a value. See that one? So you can see you can make some changes. Let's say uh, LGBTQ. So well, basically you have added, or you can type something there. So it's actually intended for searching. So let's say, and if I type F, it will display female. So something like that. So that is actually very important also in the use of combo boxes. So just in case if you have questions, just comment below so that I can answer them. Although there's later on I will discuss to you a more advanced technique in using combo boxes, especially when we are dealing with value coming from database. When we populate the value coming from the database, I have something interesting in terms of how to use this combo box. Alright then, see you in the next tutorial. Thank you very much.